Hello, welcome to Pilates at Home. This is our first level 1 class in the new system. It's a little bit different to what we were doing before we're uploading to YouTube. These classes are going to be a half hour long rather than 15 minutes. We're going to keep them on the same pattern. We're just going to add in a little bit more, make things a little bit tougher. So we're going to get started with our usual warm up. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We're going to drop the ribs down to the mat, arch the back, lift the head up looking up in front, and then drop the head down, push the ribs up nice and high towards the ceiling. Drop the ribs back down, lift the head up looking up in front, and then drop the head down, ribs up nice and high again. Drop the ribs back down, lift the head up looking up in front, drop the head down, ribs up towards the ceiling, drop the ribs back down, looking up, and then look down between your fingertips. Shoulder blades are pinched together. Left foot lifts up, comes out to the side, look at the toes, left foot back in. Right foot up and out to the side, bend the body to the right, and then back in. Left foot out to the side, bending the body to the left, looking around your left arm, back in. Right foot up and out again, back in. One last one, left foot up and out to the side, and then back in. Good. Next we're going to do flatten the back out, bring the left leg back behind the body, left arm up in front, and into nice circles. Keep the hips and shoulders still again. Nice round circles, and then change directions. You can make those circles bigger and wider if you want. You can speed them up and bring the arms and legs back down. Right leg back, left arm up in front, and circles with the heel in the hand. Good. Keep the hips and shoulders still again. Heel up nice and high, and change directions. And bring the arms and legs back down onto the mat. Next we're going to do tuck the toes underneath the feet, pinch the shoulder blades together, twist the elbows back towards the toes, elbows are extended, back is flat, lift the knees up, hold the knees hovering 2 inches off the mat, and then back down. Good. And lift again, and lower, 2 more. Lift, keep those elbows pointing back, keep the shoulder blades pinched together, and lower. One last one, lift, hold this time, pick the left foot up and down, right foot up and down, left foot and down, right foot, left, right, left, right, and rest the knees back down. Good. Next one, turn over onto your back. So, head resting on our block, spine is imprinted, imprint the spine. Keep the spine imprinted, bring the legs to tabletop, hands are by the side, knees are over the hips, tap the right toes off the mat, back to tabletop, and then the left, and back, and then the right, and back, and then the left. Good. All the time, focus on the imprint, keep the back squeezed down into the mat. 3, 4. Good, keep squeezing the back down. One more on each leg, and then rest the legs back down onto the mat. If you're not sure how to do the imprint, how to bring the rib cage down, relax the shoulders, or what I mean by tuck your chin in, you can have a look at our technique tutorials there where we go through the fundamentals. We break everything down, we slowly run through them, I let you build the skills up, so you can look through the app for them if you want to practice those as well after the class. Next we're going to do, imprint the spine, bring the legs to tabletop, keep the back imprinted and tap the 2 feet off the mat. 1, 2, 3. Keep squeezing the back down. 4. To make it harder, tap further away. 5. Keep squeezing back down, keep the imprint. 6. 4 more, shoulders relaxed. 7, 8, 9. One last one. 10. And bring the feet down onto the mat and rest down. Next one, we're going to grab our pillow again. Pillow between the thighs. Squeeze the pillow nice and tight. Imprint the spine. Roll the hips back and lift the hips up into a bridge. And then lower back down. Imprint and lift and lower back down. Remember, exaggerate that imprint, rolling the hips back. Lifting the hips up nice and high. So at the top of the bridge, you have a straight line from your knees through your hips to your shoulders. And back down. Imprint again, roll the hips back, lift the hips up. and lower back down. Keep squeezing the pillow nice and tight. Imprint and lift, and lower. Imprint and lift, and lower. 2 more. Imprint and lift, and lower. 1 last one. Imprint, lift the hips up nice and high. Squeeze the pillow and relax. Keep the hips up. Squeeze and relax. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then roll the hips back down 1 vertebrae at a time and have a little rest. We're going to do another set of bridges. We're going to bring the hips up nice and high. This time we squeeze the circle. We're going to squeeze 1 leg at a time. So we're going to squeeze the right leg in, back out, and then the left leg in and back out. For the leg that stays still, keep it really still. Don't let it move with the pillow or the cushion being squeezed. Keep it as still as you can and only let 1 leg move at a time. Keep the hips nice and high as well. Imprint the spine, lift the hips up, full extension through the hips, straight line from the knees, through the hips to the shoulders. Hands are by the sides, squeeze the right leg and relax. Squeeze and relax. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the left leg. 1. Right leg stays still. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the hips high. 7, 8. That right leg stays still. 9. Last one. 10. And then roll the hips back down. Next one. Pillow back between the thighs. We're going to work the gracilis muscle. We're going to straighten the right leg. Spine is imprinted. Squeeze and relax. The left leg stays still. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only the right leg moves. 5, 6. Keep the imprint. Keep the abs switched on. 7, 8, 9. Pull the rib cage down. 10. Bend the right knee. Cushion stays between the thighs. Imprint the spine. Pull the rib cage down. Straighten the left leg. Hands by the side. Right leg stays perfectly still. Left leg comes in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the left knee and rest the leg down. We're going to bring the legs into tabletop next. So imprint the spine, right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop, and then our cushion goes back between the thighs. So the hips bend to 90 degrees, we're using different adductor muscles. So we're going to go for the other ones. Imprint the spine, squeeze and relax. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab the cushion and bring the feet down 1 at a time and then come out of the imprint. Leave the cushion down to the side for now. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to do 1 last set of bridges. So we're going to bring the right knee into the chest. We're going to hug the right knee with the 2 hands. Bring it nice and tight and imprint the spine and lift the hips up and down. 1, 2. Keep the knees tight to the chest as you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and back down. Right foot onto the mat, left knee to the chest, hug the left knee in nice and tight, imprint the spine, lift the hips up, and this left knee is going to come in an arc overhead. 1, 2, it's not going to push up to the ceiling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, shoulders are relaxed. 8, nice hip extension. 9, 1 more. 10, and back down. And rest the feet down. Got a little break now. Next one we're going to come into, we're going to do a set of hundreds. So for the hundreds, we beat the hands up and down. For every breath in, the hands come up and down 5 times, and for every breath out, 5 times. So it's 10 beats for every breath in and out. We're going to go for 10 breaths. Knees bent, feet on the mat, imprint the spine, bring the rib cage down, tuck the chin in, reach the hands to the bottom of the mat, head and chest come up off the mat and beat the hands. 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5, and in. 2, 4, 5, and out. 2, 4, 5. 2 more breaths in. And breathe out. 2, 4, 5. Last breath in. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest the head back down onto the mat. And rest down. If you feel any strain into your neck here, you can put the pillow underneath the head for a little bit of support. Or you can try to roll it a little bit higher and it'll take some pressure off the neck as well. Next one, we're going to do another set of hundreds. If you want to make it a little bit easier, we're going to bring the leg to one leg to tabletop. If you want to make it a little bit harder, we need 2 legs to tabletop. I'm going to do 1 leg and I'm just going to show you where to switch halfway through. But if you want to do the 2, by all means go for the 2 legs. Hands by the side, imprint the spine. I'm going to start my left leg in tabletop, reach my fingertips towards the bottom of the mat so the shoulders come away from the ears. My chin is tucked in. I'm going to roll the head and shoulders above the mat and I'm going to beat the hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out. 2, 4, 5, and breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out. 2, 4, 5, and breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, and breathe out. 2, 4, 5, and breathe in. 2, 4, 5, and breathe out. 2, 4, 5. Keep the chest up nice and tall. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And rest the head down just for a second. We're going to switch legs. Right leg is in tabletop, hands by the side. Chin is tucked in, head and shoulders up. And beat the hands. 2, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe in. 2, 4, 5. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the shoulders as drop back. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in. 2, 4, 5. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest the head down and rest the feet down. So the 2 set of hundreds done. They're working the abs, but generally through them. We're going to focus a little bit more on the lower abs next. So we're going to imprint the spine, roll the hips back, hands by the side, bring the right leg to tabletop, reinforce that imprint, bring the left leg to tabletop, straighten the 2 legs to the ceiling, and small little flutter kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 more, 16, 17, 18, focus on the imprint, 19, keep squeezing the back down, 20, bend the knees and bring the feet down onto the mat and have a rest. Next one's going to be very similar. We're going to straighten the 2 legs, we're going to lower the heels just 2 inches away from the body, not too low down. We want to keep the imprint. The imprint is the most important thing for the next exercise. So imprint again, back is flat down into the mat, rib cage comes down, chin is tucked in and shoulders are relaxed. 1 leg to tabletop, followed by the 2nd leg. Straighten the 2 legs to the ceiling, lower the heels just a couple of inches and lift. 1, we're going for 10. 2, focus on the imprint. 3, if the back lifts, push down even harder. If you can't keep it down, don't drop the legs as far away. Make those lowers smaller. 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one. 10. Bend the knees and rest the feet down. Have a little rest for a second. Next, we're going to start to incorporate some upper abs into it again. So we're going to roll the head and shoulders up as we start to move our legs. So next one, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, right, then the left, chin is tucked in, roll the head and shoulders up, right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee, straighten the left leg, and then switch. Right hand to the inside of the left knee, left hand to the outside of the left ankle, and switch. Good. Right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee, and switch. Outside hand to the ankle, inside hand to the knee. Switch. That's 3. And switch. right leg, to the left, to the right, to the left. We're on 6, 7, 8, keep the imprint, 9, 10, bend the knees, rest the head, and bring the feet down onto the mat. Good, catch your breath. One more. Next one, same thing, upper abs being recruited as well as the lower abs. We're going to bring the head and shoulders up, 2 hands to the side of the head. We're going to extend the knees as we bring the elbows apart. I'm going to bring the elbows back together as we bend the knees in. So I'll show you one first, and then I'll count you through. So, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, 2 hands to the side of the head and shoulders up, elbows into the knees, straighten the legs, bring the elbows apart, bend the knees, elbows back in. And we're going to run through 10 of them. So, we'll go through it this time. Imprint the spine for 10. 2 hands to the side of the head, legs to tabletop, chin to the chest, head and shoulders up, elbows to the knees, straighten the legs, elbows apart. 1, 2, 3, focus on the imprint. 4, legs straight to the ceiling. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, last one, 10. Bend the knees, rest the head down, and bring the feet down one at a time. We're going to do something a little bit different before we come onto the side this week. So we're going to come up into sitting. Up nice and tall. Good. We're going to bend the knees, hands back either side of the mat. We're going to bend the knees, pinch the shoulder blades together, and we're going to straighten one leg at a time. So there's a 90 degree bend at the knees, 90 degree bend at the hips. Chest comes forward, pinch the shoulder blades back, straighten the right knee, and bend. Straighten the left knee, and bend. Keep the knees beside each other as you straighten them. Don't let them drop down to the mat. Keep the knees up nice and tall. Left and right. And keep pushing the chest forward. Left and right. And left and right. And left and right. And left and right. And left. One more each side. Right and last one on the left. And bend the knees. Good, so we're starting with the mid-back muscles now. I'm going to turn over onto our stomach. So, rest the head down, keep the head rest there. 2 hands on top of one another. Rest the forehead onto the back of the hands. Pinch the shoulder blades back and down. I'm going to lift the head and chest just an inch or 2 up off the mat. And then rest back down. I want you to imprint the spine down while we do this. So you should think about tucking the hips underneath the body. Squeeze the abs, squeeze the glute muscles. And then lift the head and shoulders up and back down. 2, 3, keep squeezing the glutes. 4, 5, keep the shoulder blades pinched together. 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10, and then rest in. Next one. Bring the hands back by the side. So this is one of the fundamental exercises that we teach in the tutorials. Hands by the side, twist the thumbs out and up, lift the chest up, 1, and down. Thumbs come twisting out and up, 2, and back down. Squeeze the abs, squeeze the glutes before you lift. 3, good. 4, so we're getting the movement coming from the mid-back. 5, 6, make sure those thumbs come out, they don't twist in to start, so the shoulder blades pinch together. Lift. Lift and lower, chest up nice and high, keep the chin tucked in. 2 more. Lift and lower. Last one, imprint the spine, squeeze the glutes, lift the hands up, thumbs twist up and out. Lift the chest up, chin is tucked in. And then lower back down and rest down. Good. Next one, we're going to come on to our side. So, turn on to your left or right side, whichever one you prefer. Back is lined up to the back of the mat. A little sweep forward at the hips so the feet come to the front of the mat. Rest the head onto your bottom hand. Top hand comes onto the hips, onto the pelvis, so you feel that bony point at the front. 2 fingers onto that. Keep that point still. We're going to lift the top leg up and down for 10. 1, just 1 foot into the air. 2, remember, push that heel away from the body. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9, and 10. And rest back down. If you're not sure if you're doing this one right, I have a breakdown of it in the technique tutorial section of the app. So you can go in there. There's about a 7 or 8 minute episode on just breaking this down, making sure you have this perfect. So if you're in any doubt, have a look at that video. Lift the top leg up 6 inches and small circles. 1, 2, push the heel away from the body. 3, keep the hips still. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the leg down. Next one we'll go for is big circle. So again, push that heel away from the body, lift the top leg up an inch and forward, up, back and down. 1, 2, 3, big circles. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, keep the hips still, keep pushing that heel away from the body. And last one, good, and change directions. 10, 9, these ones are hard to keep those circles nice and big and high, keep pushing that leg up to the ceiling. 6, 5, 4 more, keep the circles nice and big. 3, make sure the hips don't shake forward and back. 2, and 1 more, and then rest the head down, rest the leg down. It's feeling heavy now. Last 2 on the side. We're going to cycle forward and back. Lift the top leg up 2 inches. Keep the shin parallel to the floor as you imagine cycling your bike forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure that knee doesn't drop down to the mat. Keep it up high. 6, 7. Keep the pelvis still. 8, 9. 1 more. 10. And straight into going backwards. 10, 9. Nice round circles with the heel as it comes around. 6, 5 more to go. 4 more to go. Keep the pelvis still. 3, 2, the legs getting heavy and sore. Last one, and then rest the legs down. While we're on the side, we're going to grab your top leg with the top hand, imprint the spine so you can slump a little bit if you want, and then pull that top leg back. Don't let the back arch as you do this, so keep that rib cage down and start to stretch the leg back. Good, you should feel a nice stretch along the front of the thigh there and front of the quads. So we're biasing the rectus femoris quad muscle here, and we're starting to stretch it out. And then straighten the top leg down, and then turn over onto your other side. So you can just roll around on the mat and face the other way. For me to save the camera, I'll flip around this side. So again, back lined up at the back of the mat. Little sweep forward at the hips so the feet come to the front of the mat. Head is resting down on the bottom hand. Top hand comes onto the pelvis and gets that bony little point to the front of the hip. 2 fingers on that to make sure it stays still and thumb around the back. Push the top heel away from the body and lift the top leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower the leg back down. We're going to lift the top leg again 6 inches, little circles, keep that pelvis still. 1, 2, make sure it doesn't shake backwards and forwards with this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the leg down. You notice the second leg feels a little bit tougher than the first, because when you're lying on the other side it will stabilise by pushing down into the mat. So the second leg always feels a little bit harder. Next one we're going to do, big circles with the top leg. Lift the top leg up an inch, push the heel away from the body, and 10 big circles. Kick the leg forward, up, back and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, nice big high circles, 5, 6, 7, keep the pelvis still, 8, make sure it doesn't rock back as the leg gets up nice and high, and the last one, 10, change directions, 10, big circles, 9, don't let those circles get smaller, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then rest the leg back down. Nearly there on this side. We'll do our cycling forward and back. Lift the top leg up 2 inches, keep the shin parallel to the floor as you cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, cycling forward, 10, and backwards, 10, 9, nearly there, 8, 7, 6, 5, keep the pelvis still, 4, last 3, as top leg's getting heavy, you start to feel a little bit of pain running down the legs as some glutes working hard, and the last one, and rest the leg down. So then we're going to grab the top of the front of the top of the right ankle with the top hand. We're going to slump the body forward, imprinting the spine. Grab the top ankle and stretch the leg back. So stretching out that right knee or that right quad now. Loosening up that muscle. Pulling it back. So next we're going to stretch out the hips. Do a load of work on the glutes today. So we're going to stretch the glutes, we're going to stretch the piriformis, the deep glute muscles, and then we're going to stretch out the hamstrings as well. When you start off doing the bridges, the hamstrings want to help the glutes out, but they start to tighten. They can feel like they're going to cramp sometimes. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen. We're going to keep stretching out the hamstrings little bit by little bit. As the glutes start to get stronger, you'll have to stretch them out less and you'll feel them activating less and the glutes activating more with the bridges as we go through. Straighten the right leg down onto the mat there. We're going to turn over onto the back again. We're going to bring the left leg straight onto the mat, right knee in towards the chest, left hand on the outside of the right knee. I'm going to pull the right knee towards the left shoulder. You can even bring them a little bit lower, maybe pull towards the left elbow, and you should feel a stretch on the outside of the right hip. So we're stretching the gluteal muscles here, specifically the glute max and the glute med. They're the main two that we want to get. They're the two that are working really hard to lift the hips up in the bridges, and what we've been working loads there at the end with the side series. And then we come back to the middle. We'll straighten the right leg down onto the mat. Left knee comes in, right hand over the outside of the left knee, and again we're pulling that left knee towards the right shoulder or towards the right elbow. Keep the left hip well down onto the mat so it doesn't lift, it stays there stuck down onto the mat as you pull that knee out to the side. Rest the left hand down as well. And then come back to the middle. Left foot onto the mat, cross the right ankle over the left knee, and we're going to bring the right hand through the legs. Left hand comes around the outside of the left thigh, interlink the fingers, drop the shoulders back, tuck the chin in, and hug the left thigh to the chest. If you find it difficult to get into this position, or you find it's too much of a stretch or painful, bring the left foot onto the mat and just push the right knee away with the right hand. And you get the same stretch, but it's a little bit less intense. Good, and then switch legs. Right foot on the mat, left ankle over the right knee, left hand comes through the legs, right hand around the outside of the right thigh, and then hug the right leg in towards the chest, keep the chin tucked in. Good, so we're getting the piriformis of this. It's a deep muscle to the glutes and the hip, and it's there specifically for stabilising the hip joint. And then rest the right foot down. Straighten the left leg to the ceiling, 2 hands around the back of the left thigh, and then hug the thigh in towards the chest. So we want to keep the toes pointed slightly up, don't point the foot away fully, you don't want the feet muscles to cramp. You want to keep the foot relaxed, it'll slightly point up, and then you hug the thigh to the chest. Keep the knee as straight as you can as you do this. Shoulders relaxed and chin is tucked in. And then switch. Left foot onto the mat, straighten the right leg to the ceiling, right hand around the back of the thighs. Again, the foot is relaxed, and then hug the thigh into the chest. You feel a stretch into the back of the right thigh, that's what we're looking for. And then as you hold that stretch, it might feel a little bit easier as you do that, so you can keep pulling it closer and closer and closer towards you as you hold the stretch. Perfect. And then bend the right knee, rest the feet down.
And we'll finish with that today. If you have any questions, give us an email at the clinic at pilates@rebalancedphysio.ie. If not, we'll see you next week. Bye bye.